Welcome to another exciting Deep Space Nine commentary. This time it's the Season 1 episode, Move Along Home.
Ella Moraine.
I love this episode, but I unapologetically love this episode. I think this is quality Star Trek. I say that with no irony.
Nice. I kind of love it too.
Well, Fatheree and Starfleet Boy are here with me today. We're doing this on the fly.
On the fly.
While I can still record on StreamYard.
Yeah,
And,
we just decided to do this like 30 minutes ago.
Apologies to Marcelo. I didn't want to bother him at this hour and try to
really
get him to rush on here. I wouldn't want to do it, but me and Marcelo have done a couple too, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I just heard it tonight. Actually, you guys.
You mean last Saturday?
Oh, last Saturday.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's like the
All right.
25th of September, right?
Yeah,
It's not like we recorded this on the 18th or anything and saved it for a week.
exactly.
My bad.
Not that I already revealed that at the very beginning anyway. But all right. Do you guys have your episodes queued up from the
Yep.
very first shot? Okay.
Aye, Captain.
So we're going to do 3, 2, 1, and on go we press play, okay?
Okay.
Easy enough?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom, boom.
Open on this beautiful station.
It's such a gorgeous station. It's true. Oh, dress uniform. What? And they shortened it a little. Nice. He looks good.
Young Sirach.
And currently here in the 90s.
Yeah.
They're wearing Junko pants on Vajor.
Jinko.
Jinko, thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a trend just yet. Back in 93, yeah.
I didn't even know what Junko pants was when you said that. I was just
Oh,
funny
Jinko,
anyway.
Jinko. I say
Jinko,
Junko,
yeah.
but it's wrong. Yeah, Jinko.
This is the beginning of little Jake's love of Bajoran women, right?
Yeah, it's true.
We'll see him
Also-
date some. He marries one in an alternate timeline.
Look at the lighting in this. So good. Like, they do the pen light stuff from TOS, but, like, in a more interesting way.
The lighting really gets good in season 3 when they get the different DP. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, these sets were mostly self-lit, very, very, very state-of-the-art for 1993 or 92 when they were built. This is more of that early DS9 stuff that was really part of the initial premise, right? Like, same thing we see with Tosk a couple episodes earlier, where the idea is they stay on a station, but they get visitors from all around. You know, people either going through the wormhole or coming out of the wormhole.
I
Kind
like
of
the
abandoned
shorter...
that later, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
I
is
like
shorter. I never
the
noticed
shorter
that.
dress uniform, yeah. I think it
Yeah,
looks good.
Like John Luke's went down to past his knees, right?
Yeah, or nearly close to him at least.
Why can't he just replicate one? If this came out now, people would be like, "Oh my god, modern Trek is so dumb. Why can't he replicate a uniform?" They never would have done this in the old days.
I want to see Dax's dress uniform.
I always loved the depiction of old habits, old human or old cultural habits in the future surroundings, like
Yeah.
cooking a meal or growing plants, just simple stuff.
Getting dressed up for a
Getting
fancy
dressed
thing.
up, like sewing, and actually create somebody's an actual dressmaker. They don't just conjure it up.
This is a total dress uniform variant. It doesn't go all the way down the slit, the side slit. It only goes a little bit. So if you unbuttoned it, it would only flap over a little bit. It doesn't go all the way down like the other ones do. Look.
I don't think they look very good.
But, do you know what we don't have here? We don't have Kira in the Bajoran dress uniform yet. They
I
hadn't
haven't
developed
seen
that.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
there's
cool.
a Bajoran dress uniform that we see in season 4. Is it just me, or does this dude kind of look like trailer trash?
Yeah,
Like
100%. He's like a gamer daddy or something. I don't
he
know.
looks like a
Gamer
Florida
daddy.
man. He looks like a typical
He's like-
Florida
He
man, right?
does look wow.
He
I'm not
does.
gonna argue with that. He does. It's true.
Is
He's even got a face tattoo.
He does.
he looks like somebody's uncle you go and visit in Florida.
It's true.
Yeah,
I don't
Oh,
know what that means. I'm not
yeah, and he
American.
like starts telling you about how
know
like
what it
the
means, Canadians.
the COVID vaccine is gonna put a tracking chip in you.
Oh man. He wants to go to Quarks. He has no interest in anything they have to offer. It's gonna be.
But that was another idea in early DS9, was that the aliens in the Gamma Quadrant would be stranger than the aliens that,
Yeah.
we're used to in the Alpha Quadrant.
It's
So
true.
these
it's
people
true.
obsessed with games, that was supposed to be kind of what a weird idea.
It's too bad that doesn't these guys like folks like these guys don't come back.
Yeah, they hadn't started all the recurring nature of DS9 doesn't really kick off until like the end of this season when we get the introduction of Kai Wen.
I knew I recognized this actor Joel Brooks who plays the gamester dude.
The Wadi
Gamer daddy.
Wadi ambassador.
Yeah, he.
I don't really know what you mean by gamer daddy. I don't know that term.
Like
He
he's like
he was in a couple of episodes of Three's Company.
Ah,
he's like father.
He's
He's
a
like
really
old enough
he's a
to-
really eccentric, like aggressive psychologist in a couple of episodes. That's
father.
really over the top.
Father and PJ. A gamer daddy is old enough to have had a Nintendo, and is still
Okay.
doing like online gaming now, and he's like
Oh,
45.
so
Yeah,
that's
like
I'm a gamer daddy then.
You're a gamer.
I had an NES.
Oh my
Nice.
goodness.
I'm not a gamer daddy, but I wish I was. I had an NES too, though. We don't know.
Yeah. Good old Quark.
He says a new life form. That's cool. Instead of a new like being or something. That's cool. Wow, these are legit different. I like the variant. I've never heard anyone talk about this variant of the dress uniform. Interesting.
Yeah, it's never caught my attention.
Quark. Quark gonna fuck everything up.
Oh, directed by David Carson.
These are tattoos people would have today. It's like legit, real tattoos from today.
Yeah, face tattoos like
Yeah.
so common now. Their uniforms are just, oh my god, they're so bad.
The Wadi wardrobe.
Yeah,
Yeah, not great designs, is it?
it looks extremely tacky.
Looks
And
like
I
a
wonder-
TOS. I don't know. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
tacky.
literally looks like something they would come up with for like a TOS episode.
That kind of makes it look more Star Trek, though, doesn't it?
In
Yeah.
a way, yeah.
You also have to keep in mind that season 1, they kind of went over budget with the first episode and with building these very elaborate sets. So they, for the first season, the entire first season, they spend a lot of time on the station and don't get off of it that much.
If this was modern Trek, everybody would just be in some form of black leather.
Yeah,
Or
I kind of
pleather,
I
wish
would
we would
say.
see more costumes like this. Actually,
Yeah,
I
everything now
agree.
is either like tight and form fitting, or they have like robes. Robes are really big in sci-fi. Like Jedi, I guess, started that.
Yeah.
Except all these precious stones. What?
Oh, did you go to like the crystal shop?
That's cool. You see the Wadi ship docked.
We see that ship docked there a lot because they use that stock shot for some other stuff.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Captain McConna.
McCullough.
Oh, McCullough. Oh, maybe a
Yeah.
homage to Krista McCullough. That's
You
cool.
should turn on captions when you do these because then
yeah,
you can.
I'm gonna do it right now. Although Netflix is dubious. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the caption.
Well, don't
on.
use Netflix.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Oh shit! It paused it.
I'm
What?
using Netflix. The subtitles are always really on point.
Hey
Well-
Paramount, I hate that you paused the video when I activated subtitles. I'm a little behind you guys now.
Oh no.
It was just for a second.
Getting ready to call it a night. We've only just started.
Yeah, I'm just like slightly behind. That's okay.
The Dabo girl's
Replace
really
her.
trying to sell it.
Yeah, she's like,
She was just like, oh yeah, my poor arm. That might be the first time we get Broik's name said on the screen.
Broik. Oh, he's cheater. What?
cheating.
But they're gonna.
Mother
It's
effer.
gonna be effed up, bro.
He
Yeah, you ain't gonna
knows.
cheat these guys. They're some game plan.
Oh,
masters.
look at this face. Look at the face. He's like, oh shit. I know what you're doing. Florida man can't be. Don't mess with Florida man.
Yeah, you are a couple of seconds behind.
It's true. Let me see if I can do something. What? Jake's not ready for girls? Project. Yeah, he's not ready for girls.
It's funny watching this because I was just watching The Seventh Rule earlier this week and seeing an adult Sirach, and then he's so young here.
I hope he doesn't hear this, but adult Sirach is hot AF.
I hope he does hear that.
Yeah, I kind of hope he hears it too, but I don't know. I'm embarrassed.
Look at this shit. Quark throws him under the bus. Florida man's pissed.
You stole my RV.
PJ, how do you know so much? How do you know so much, PJ?
Well, half of my family used to spend like half the year in
Winters.
Florida.
That's funny.
They love Florida. They're like, let's go down to Florida for the 7th time. Like, max out our credit cards for trips we can't afford.
A lot of UK people like to go to Florida too, which seems weird to me, but
Well, they like to have a jolly good time there.
Hey, you know what? Father's gonna be in Florida. I'm recording every minute of that shit, and I'm gonna put it up on Starfleet Boy After Dark. We're gonna have a
Dorian
live show.
Brandy.
What did it say? Dorian Brandy?
And Dorian
Dolian.
Brandy,
And
didn't he?
Dorian Brandy, nice.
Is that what he said? I don't know.
this is very ominous, isn't it? It's like, did he just put him in the Hellraiser cube? What is going on?
This is very Hellraiser. It's Hellraiser 2.
Oh my gosh.
No, they go into this game world and look, it's like the same set as the. Or no, they didn't go anywhere. They just popped out of the cube.
Yeah. Chula.
They basically just end up putting members of the crew into a form of the holodeck where they
Yeah.
really feel like they're in danger, but they can't. They won't get hurt. I want to jump to the end, but I like how it's like,
No, I love the twist at the end.
yeah.
I gotta change my name from the first shap to the second shap because only children enter at the first shap, apparently. Hold on. Alright, changing it to second chap right now.
That's a continuity error because he was just in another room.
He is also in different wardrobe. So it's interesting that he is in his normal uniform, even though he was wearing his dress uniform
Dress
earlier.
uniform,
It would have been weird if he's going through this wearing a dress, though.
Where am I? Modern Art Museum?
They're in a mall. It's like a mall.
Yeah, like the tiling you would see in a mall.
It's actually a good shot because it looks like a board game. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Shap. I spelled Shap wrong too. What the F, man? Thanks for subtitles.
Don't you just hate it when the holodeck
Why
doesn't
would
work?
it? I love that this goes like end program. Like if that would work. Like
That's really smart. That's like the first thing you should assume, right?
He would assume, yeah, like...
I just think if someone was going to capture you and put you in a holodeck, they wouldn't let you have the command. Like they wouldn't let that control work.
Well, he
I
had
don't
to
know.
try, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you feel like a big idiot if you could have gotten out of it but didn't? Because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, they wouldn't have been that dumb.
True.
Now you're going to get Pinhead come around the corner and it's like, I will tear your soul apart.
Either
It kinda-
Pinhead or like Jigsaw is gonna be like, you want to play a game?
It kind of also looks like a Zelda dungeon.
Well, Freddy Krueger pops out behind Jadzia. He's like, welcome to prime time, bitch.
Oh, a fucking guy laughing.
move
What?
along home.
That guy's scary. He's like a horror movie
serious.
villain.
I need to cosplay as him. I need to go to a convention and just like laugh and maniacally and just be like, move along home.
Father, that could be.
Somebody has to have
We should
had-
dress up as that guy for.
Somebody
for
has to
Star
have
Trek
done that
Chicago.
at some point.
I'm sure someone's Look at
I've
Bashir.
never seen it, but
Freaking.
that was really awkward. His yell.
He's
and-
doing it on purpose. Like he's like screaming on purpose though. He says he's trying to wake himself up.
Yeah, but like the way he, it's just weird. It's awkward. I know. Yeah, you do that in dreams, don't you? Sometimes I don't do it as much anymore. But when I was a kid, when I had nightmares and I was aware, I would try to like jump, like lean into the scare to get it over with,
Yeah, it
or
makes sense.
fucking like do something.
Kira
Oh,
is not having this. Kira is like, I am not a space explorer. I do not boldly go. Don't do strange new worlds. Don't do new civilizations.
She does that kind of anger where, like, she gyrates and her hair and her
I love
like,
it.
her flesh moves because it's so like.
Turns me on.
She's a little fireball.
Yeah. I did not sign up for this, you fucking idiots. She is kind of like, why am I involved in this? I agree.
I like how calm Cisco is, though.
Yeah.
Good leadership here.
Yeah, Cisco's badass.
He has that Bob Ross like cadence. You know what I'm saying? Where everything's okay.
Yeah, it'd be very
happy
comforting.
trees, I love my rain.
Well, this is
Paint happy
the season
trees.
1, the early Odo makeup, where he actually looks more human than he does later in the show.
Rene Auberjonois is like really still creating the character. He doesn't have that gravel yet in his voice. Major. It's starting though.
I always make the joke that even when he's sincere, it almost sounds like sarcasm. It's like you tell him something really important, and he's like, "Oh, really?" But he's like genuine, but it sounds like he's like, "Oh, really, you piece of shit."
Sirach is the youngest regular on Star Trek, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think. Later, we have Naomi Walt, the actor who plays Naomi.
She was
Walt.
never a regular, though. She's a recurring
okay.
character.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sirach Lofton's credited as a series regular. Even though he's only
cool.
in like half the episodes, he's still credited. Oh, yeah. We have, what the hell's this dude's name?
Douchey
Dingbat.
McDouche.
Yeah, douche McDougan. He's like that guy in Discovery.
We see him a
season
couple
2.
times, though. This is
Oh my
before they had
God.
Eddington. You know, later we get Eddington on the station.
How does no one notice the senior officers are missing?
Well,
Except
Odo
Because
noticed.
why would they notice until like they're all like late to work?
I guess that's true.
You think Odo like goes and checks on them at like 2 a.m, make sure they're still in bed?
I feel like Odo does do that kind of surveillance.
No, he's
Naughty
got to
surveillance.
regenerate in his bucket.
This is like a race of aliens made up of like Californians or something. Like everybody looks like the dudes they just showed. They all look like
No,
they
they do
surf.
look like
You know what I mean?
Californians. We
They all
took the
have long hair.
405 to the second shap. By the way,
doing here, Quark?
Quirk. I like that we've moved away from Florida. I think they're Californians, Fatheree. I'm gonna reassign
Orange
to-
County. They're from Orange County.
That's true. I just want to say that the subtitles on Paramount
what-
Plus suck.
Why?
It's still on the scene with the new guy, the yellow shirt. They're so behind. It's so stupid.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the subtitles are behind?
Yeah, my
the-
subtitles are like behind.
Oh.
They're not like where it's supposed to be.
You should clear
Well,
your cache or something.
I always recommend
I'll
during
do
these
that.
commentaries to watch it on Netflix. Actually, can you do well, on a pad or your phone, do you have the option on Paramount Plus to download the episodes?
You do.
I'll check. Okay, cool. Why can't you do that shit?
That
on your
always works a
computer?
bit better. Like you don't have like delays and stuff like you would when you're streaming.
I don't know. I always have a shitty time using Netflix while we're doing these streams because it eats up more bandwidth.
For 4x3 and unremastered, it actually does look pretty clean on Paramount. I will give it that.
This is where the wall of lasers comes after him.
Is that right? I don't remember that.
Oh my God, she's singing 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
It is kind of creepy. You know, like the little girl singing nursery rhyme stuff. It is
It
kind
is
of
straight out of
creepy.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
1, 2,
That's-
Freddy's coming for you. Alan Murray.
It would have been so cool for the little girl to turn around. She's like, I'm the devil.
Alan Murray.
Yeah, we don't get a ton of this later in the show, like Cisco having to solve like these weird sci-fi problems like this. This is almost more of like a Voyager episode, isn't it?
Interesting. Yeah, I agree with that.
I could totally see this episode with Kirk and the crew.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, but I could also see it with Janeway and the Voyager.
Yeah, true.
Voyager's kind of a weird retelling of TOS. I don't know. In some ways. Oh, jeez. Kira's like, I hate these people. I hate all of you. What's the real life game that's based on?
Hopscotch?
Hopscotch, thank you.
Seeing Bashir thinks he's got it figured out. Okay. Follow her.
You have to
You're-
say the
Ah,
words
you gotta
too,
say
Bashir.
the words, Bashir. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
I like seeing them trial and error and problem solve.
Yeah. This is the Star Trek V of DS9. In terms of, like, I like it, but I know it's bad.
I don't know if I can agree that it's bad. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you give this like an objective review, it's not a. Like, what does it do wrong?
What is
I
the
guess.
what is the beef that people have
It's
with
just,
this?
And I love
it's
this.
this.
I love this moment though. Like,
I love
there's
it.
so
Con-
much
it's-
character. There's so much character in the scene. Like Cisco is like really like getting into it because like he has a kid. Like he does like silly stuff all the time. You know, raising a kid. And
Oh, it's
Kira
good.
is so resistant to it. She seems like so annoyed that she has to do something foolish and ridiculous.
Third
Like,
chat,
there-
bro. We're
like,
at the
there was
third chat,
effort.
You know,
guys.
it's
They put
it's
effort
a,
into their performances there. I like it.
it's a mix of fun ridiculousness. Like these colorful characters, it's like they're just funny to look at. And
you guys. I
the,
feel like
the way
we,
they act is very funny, but this
Yeah.
whole thing with the Al Moraine and like this
You know, I
Hellraiser
think-
slash
I think
Freddy
it's
Krueger
awkward.
type thing motif that they got going. It doesn't
think-
go down the horror route though. The only problem I have when it gets toward the end and they're like in the rocks and everything. I would have liked it to have gotten like a little bit more like out there and freaky, but it goes your standard like actiony climax thing with like foam rocks and stuff. But the twist is what like makes it cool because they're like, oh, we would never hurt you. Like, you're taking this much too seriously. And it's just that it's one of these things where they just don't get these guys. Like, Cork is like actually genuinely afraid for their lives. But the guy's never revealed. The guy's kind of a douche, I guess, because he never reveals like, oh, by the way, your friends aren't going to really die.
Yeah,
could've
he's,
told
well, he's
him
getting
that, but he
revenge. He's trying to get
Yeah.
revenge for being cheated.
Yeah.
Or you could say he's like, if it's a first contact situation, he's like trying to be like, yo, we see you, you know, and so we're not doing it all the stakes, but you don't know that till the end.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why so many people complain about the Al Moraine scene is they just think like it's awkward, and some people like they can't handle like watching awkward stuff. It like makes them feel uncomfortable.
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's
Yeah, I've heard it. I've
it's
heard this
fucking
episode.
hilarious.
It is.
It's one of these things that if they played it for laughs, then bravo, it worked. If they didn't play it for laughs, then it still works.
And I like Odo and Quark having to
And
figuring
I
out
don't
what's
think,
going on here.
I think it's just like almost like instinctive to just call this episode bad because of the silly stuff that they point out at the end of What We Left Behind. They do a whole thing where the Alan Moraine thing,
Yeah, they called it the best scene in the history of the show.
and you know what? I think some would probably agree. I wouldn't, but I mean, I could see people being like, yeah, that's that's the part where they all got silly, but they were all trying to problem solve. You can.
I love
look at it that
TNG and
way.
Picard, but like, there's no bad episode of DS9 that I can think of. Like, truly, like, there's really not
There's
a
a couple in
bad.
season
episode.
Yeah, there
seven.
is.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's a one
Couple in
in
season 2 and seven.
season 4. I really did.
Well, I can't season 4.
I want to be on those, PJ.
Yeah, check out the Muse in season 4.
The Passenger, the one before this, I don't think it was hard to maintain interest in watching that one. Very difficult, actually.
What was a nutshell? What was that one in a nutshell? I forget the
It
passenger.
was the one where Julian Bashir becomes possessed.
Sorry, yeah, I remember. Never mind. That was the one.
So
last
Hel,
week.
why do you
I
do
like
you
this part. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, why were you okay watching like Discovery on Paramount Plus when y'all were doing Discovery, but now like you're all pissy having to do DS9 on Paramount Plus?
I honestly am not pissy. It's just the subtitles are off, and that's pissing me off. But otherwise, I just said that the picture's very clean a little while ago. I don't mind it. I don't have any particular loyalty to Netflix, but I will just say that for some odd reason, I watch all the old shows on Netflix and all the new shows on Paramount Plus.
I'm
It's
just
weird.
irrationally biased against Netflix. That says more about my weirdness than anything you're doing.
I like this part because you can figure it out yourself. Like, you're like, you gotta drink it. And then Bashir
Yeah.
figures it out. And he's like,
you
yes.
You get the satisfaction of figuring it out like right before they reveal it, which is
Yeah, 'cause
I think is kind of like
not
the perfect
difficult,
way
huh?
to time stuff. Even with like big mysteries, like a big murder mystery movie, I think like
Yeah.
the perfect case scenario is like you figure it out right before they explain it, and that way you still get the satisfaction, but you didn't figure it out too early.
That's very clever. I never thought about that, but you're absolutely right. I like the way they clap.
It's the Bajoran
like-
style. That's how the Bajorans
Yeah.
clap.
Oh yeah.
The latest Saw movie, I knew who the killer was right away. Like, as soon as he showed up, I'm like, yeah, that's him. I don't know if they make it that obvious, but anyway, it's a side note.
It's funny because watching the first Saw movie, I like jokingly guessed like who the killer was. It shows him kind of briefly. I was like, oh yeah, I bet that dude's the killer. And it turned out I was right.
You guys, I've been taking a shot every shap, by the way, so I'm getting drunker
Oh,
as
well,
we
you
go.
ain't making it to the last shop.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to move along to the bathroom in a sec.
No. No,
Look
who
at
is
these
who?
pieces.
Yeah, which one is Cisco? The red one, I guess.
The rain, probably.
It
Someone
looks
should
the most
3D print
authoritative.
those pieces.
Yeah, I want to like go to a con with like that game board at like a table with like a group of people like dressed up as the Waddy.
Legit.
Try to get people to come over and like play the game.
Quark has no idea what's going on, but he's just happy about the bling. Does this guy appear again? I feel like he's
Yeah,
a
he does.
one-hit wonder. Okay.
No, we've seen him a couple of times.
Do you think the guys who made Jumanji got their idea from this episode?
Oh.
What else is like a board game like coming to life? I feel like that's been done in at least something else that's kind of big.
What was
There
the
have been
Macaulay
board game
Culkin movie?
adaptations like Clue, but nothing like where. I mean,
Or in
Neverending
Battleship.
Story is the closest thing to like that's a story coming to life. I guess I don't.
They made a Battleship movie too that I never saw because I heard it was terrible.
Battle.
They do highlight in this episode the fact that like these aren't all Starfleet people because we have like the conflict there between the Starfleet lieutenant and Odo,
Oh yeah.
and then Kira being like, no, like I don't deal with like weird space shit like y'all do.
She's like,
No, you can see why,
I'm a
like-
fucking administrator, bro.
You can see why Lower Decks has all the wacky stuff it has, when you compare it to like stuff like this. Like the Star Trek universe is a really weird place where
That's a good point.
bizarre stuff is constantly happening.
If this was on Lower Decks, you'd laugh harder because without even changing anything. It's as funny as the Lower Decks episode, I feel like. Okay, maybe not as funny, but
They would play it for more jokes.
yeah,
It would
they would
just-
go
the
more
presentation would be more comedic.
double their peril.
Fuck.
High risk, high reward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these pyramid dice. There's a lot of games that use similar dice. And they're 4-sided instead of 6.
An unfortunate roll.
That's not what you want to hear. It also cracks me up that Quark has no idea what the hell he's doing. He's just like rolling dice.
He's just like beginner's luck for sure.
Oh, not intense flux patterns.
Yeah, good old.
That's like something
nothing
out
more
of,
dramatic than technobabble.
Oh, look at those things. They look scary as F.
This
Yeah,
reminds
I like
me of
it.
Phantasm almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with lights, not razor blades. Or buzz saws or whatever.
Oh no. What the fuck was Bashir? What was that pose?
He's trying to get out the door, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. Look a little dubious. Bye, Bashir. So we know that's
Yeah,
Bashir's
Bashir's
piece.
the blue 2-prong.
Damn you! You killed him! You bastard. And I like the anxiety in the main characters, how they don't really know what's going on, so they're kind of like, Odo's like a bit confused. Quark is acting confident, but he really doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And they
You
really
imagine-
just don't know what happened to Bashir. Like, he could be dead for all they know.
Yeah, like, could you imagine watching this for the first time in '93, being like, "Oh my God, did new Doctor character just get Tasha Yard?
Yeah.
It's true.
It was Armis's cousin.
Florida man's like so excited about this. Look at him in the
Oh
background.
yeah.
He's like stroking himself or something.
Yeah, he's like that's the thing with their people. They're like obsessed with gaming. The Wadi should return in Lower Decks.
I agree.
Oh yeah, they totally work for that. That's
He
hilarious.
wants him to blow on the dice. I can't believe Odo does it. An unfortunate roll.
Oh, it's Thealo. Oh no.
Mmm.
Now,
The
you know,
subtitles are such bullshit. I never wish I turned them on.
We should turn them on at the very beginning.
Yeah, but
Does that
I'm
ever
gonna
happen to you when you watch Discovery or Picard?
No, they usually are in sync. I'll tell you what, it says stop the game, which is not right. Lose your players. Odo, just stay out of it. See, it's not synced at all. Who's that one? Doesn't Quark start crying? Yes, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
he, like,
great.
he gets on his knees and does like the Ferengi
That's right.
oh, he starts
the
going
begging
like,
pose.
please, please.
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
there
always
you go.
cracks me up.
Look at the even Odo's like, oh shit, this is embarrassing.
Is
It
that the
really
first time we see a Ferengi do their hands like that? Like when they're begging?
I think so.
It's kind of endearing too because he doesn't want to fuck up. Like he genuinely is afraid
Right,
for
yeah.
them,
No,
right? You know?
he does not want like the Federation to like come into his bar and be like, "You're responsible for 3 of our people being killed." Like,
But
what the hell?
He cares about them. He cares about them.
No, he does, but like,
He
there's
does,
a lot
but
of
this is
there's a
There's
lot at
other,
stake.
There are
Yeah.
other factors too. Yes.
Yeah, like this is gonna ruin his life if this goes the wrong way. At least that's what he believes.
Wait, so is this where he's like, it won't, don't worry? Oh, the game
Yeah.
will select one. Yeah, yeah. Come on to Cisco. He found the way home. It's a trick. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Uh-oh. I guess I'm going to start using, when you're tricked by someone, I'm going to start using I got shapped.
That doesn't look ominous at all. You see the Freddy Krueger claws come out.
I feel like this is your Halloween episode, PJ. Diallo.
You know, I don't want to diss this actor, but I mean, and the way they did him up. But if he was some kind of like really good menacing actor, like Terrence Winter or something, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, the Wadi are kind of hard to take as like a serious threat. So another reason why they would work great if you played them for comedy in Lower Decks.
Yeah. I would love to see like the Lower Deckers go through something like this. Like another game. They surely have lots of games in their arsenal.
You know, they kind of showed something similar when Q put them on the giant chess game.
Also, there was like like a bunch of cards and stuff.
Yeah, it was like the Queen of Hearts.
I hope these guys make it. I mean, that's if they fall off, they're done for.
I know. I feel like this is the same set from like What Are Little Girls Made Of or something.
It's the same set from Chain of Command parts
Yeah,
1.
yeah. They use this cave a lot in TNG, DS9, and Voyager. This is the same place I think in season 4 when you see Worf and Jadzia and Kor go get the Sword of Kahless.
Isn't it the same one? You know, where Worf meets his brother, and
Probably.
they all hide in that cave. Isn't this the same one?
Oh yeah.
The holographic facsimile. I'm surprised they didn't use this for Insurrection. Probably did. I don't know. Ooh.
Old man. Oh.
Ooh. Ah, good comeback.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Oh, Cisco. I'm glad I'm not the one who's hurt. I also like Sweaty Cisco. I like that they sweated him up for this scene.
Oh no.
That's it. Y'all gonna die.
From just a cameraman shaking the camera around for a little bit to create that effect. You know, Star Trek loves to do that though.
The lighting is so consistently good in this show, though, I have to say.
No, just wait till season 3.
And
It's like the lighting in TNG changed in season 3 because they used different film stock all of a sudden. Which is why the first 2 seasons look like 80s television, and then like 3, which was technically started in the 80s, but I don't know, they started using like better film stock, I guess.
Yeah.
And they really like flooded the sets with lights in almost every 90s show. So like things were always very bright. But this show is just, they try to light it like a movie.
yeah.
They don't really concern themselves with the television lighting kind of aspect. Same thing with Voyager. Voyager's very darkly lit.
Yeah, Voyager's more dynamic lighting than TNG.
I love the darkly lit bridge in Voyager. I think it's pretty cool.
And in the native 35mm film, it looks immaculate
Yeah.
because it's Ooh.
There we go. Bye bye.
Oh, thank goodness. I was worried. Quark.
He's like, he thinks he won because
Yeah,
they're
I
back.
know.
They're like, no, you actually lost. They all died.
She's doing that thing where she's like so angry, her hair is like shaking.
They're like laughing. They're like, you thought you were in real danger? What?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Why would you think that of us?
Yeah, it's like, come
Here,
on.
have your dumb Dabo table back.
Yeah.
Catchphrase.
Time to move along home to Florida. Bye. Bye, y'all.
Del Boca Vista. Oh, Cisco's pissed.
Like Cisco just wants to tear someone a new asshole.
Groveling on the floor.
Yeah.
He's so sly. You gotta love it. He, he's got that, like, I don't want to point out any recent, like, kind of public figures that very, like, not ashamed to outright lie.
Yeah.
And, like, make obvious, like, excuses in front of people. And then, like, if that doesn't work, just make another one and just keep trying desperately.
Sadly, while Quark is harmless, unfortunately his tactics have led to some harm in real life.
Well, there's a episode early in the season where the first scene is somebody complaining about Quark's sexual harassment.
Oh yeah,
And like
it's
how
true.
she was supposed to like sign a thing where she's able to be like groped or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a little bit more villainous early on
Early
because
on,
we
yeah.
see him involved with like more like criminal element type people that they're probably doing like serious bad things.
That was
Yeah,
hella fun.
I have fun with this episode. I like it. There's actually a lot of people who like it, so it's not like everyone hates it. There's a lot of people who enjoy it. That's all I got
Yeah.
to say though.
All right, well, we'll end this broadcast so we can end it on 47 minutes. And I want to thank you, Fatheree and Starfleet Boy, for joining me.
Thank you, PJ.
And until next time, folks, live long and prosper.
Bye.